Here we go. Got a sticker on me.
Oh, I just watched you.
Hi there. It's Annette from Surplus for Business, and we're gonna try a live stream today. I wanted to make sure that we're able to get into the live stream. This is all new for me, so I'm trying very hard. I hope you had a chance to look over some of my videos. If not, please take a moment and look at them. I'm a full-time reseller on eBay, and I really enjoy finding good deals and learning about new items, new techniques. I have a lot of tips and techniques. Tell you a little bit about me. I have been on eBay since 1998 and was very active on eBay for many, many years, and kind of stopped or slowed down, shall I say, because I had a family and moved around, followed my husband's career around. And after many, many years of just doing a little bit on eBay here and there, I decided let's go full time on eBay. And the last year, I really, with my husband, worked very hard, and we're both working together, doing full time selling on eBay, and we love it. I initially thought that finding merchandise would be a difficult thing, and that has not been the problem. Actually, the problem more or less is listing as much as we can, and but we're enjoying really good results. Prior to working on eBay years and years ago, back in the 90s, I was involved very heavily in antiques and collectibles. I managed a large antique mall in Michigan, where I'm originally from. And it was a fun experience. I learned a lot, and I just really enjoyed it. So when eBay came out, I was always very excited about it. And now I'm trying very hard to grow my social media channel and help others who would really like to get out and do things. I'm on TikTok and I'm on YouTube, and I'm trying very hard to grow my TikTok and my YouTube. I was very successful to get 1,000 subscribers. Thank you so much, everybody. And I hope to grow. I'd like to introduce my husband. His name is Andy, and he's a tremendous help. This is Andy.
Hi, how you doing?
Oh, that's our dog. We have a warehouse that we do our packing and shipping and all of our, basically our eBay headquarters. We built a 60 by 40 large metal building, and we've got tons of inventory. We specialize primarily in trains, which is Andy's specialty, and antique toys. We also sell china, crystal, silver, glassware. I do sell some clothing, but very, very little. I know there's a lot of people that do specialize in clothing, but that's not my thing. I'm into lots of other items. Why don't you tell us a little bit?
Sure. I've been doing antique toys and trains for 40 years now, selling. And like Annette said, that we started going full time online and doing everything online now. And we're doing very, very well. And so we want to share our success with everyone else, and tips and niches that we can show you because of our 40 years of experience. I mean, it's not too often that you get that chance to learn from someone with so much experience. So that's what we're offering, is that sharing of experience. And we hope that we can enlighten you and maybe do areas that you haven't thought of before.
And we're looking, to connect with other sellers, other resellers, or people that are really interested in this, that even if you're not a seller, but you're interested in learning about it. In today's world, how things are constantly changing, it's really great if there's a way for you to have a side hustle and to make a little bit of extra money. I mean, you got to have a plan B in the event that your plan A occupation doesn't work out, or maybe you need a little bit of extra money. And there's lots of ways that you can find things, or even just selling things around your house if you're just trying to make a little extra money. And this is one thing on eBay that you're really able to do.
So what we mainly do is buy large collections at one time and then break up those collections. So we'll either buy an antique train collection or a toy collection, and then find individual people to hobby, that share on the same hobby.
So, so we're having a lot of fun with this.
Can you
Let's see. I got to put my glasses on. Welcome to the chat. A pinch of grace. Thanks so much. And sorry. I'm hoping to make this a regular thing. I've connected with a couple other resellers, and I've got a friend that's in Virginia. We're going to try and do a live stream fairly soon. And we're new at the technology, but we're trying very hard to grow.
So the newest thing that we've also introduced is Whatnot. So we're going to start our Whatnot auctions as well, and we're looking forward to that. You'll see our first one within 2 weeks. We're going to have our first show. Pretty excited about that. We've never done that before. Obviously, a live event like that, just like this live stream.
I do have some links in the below in the descriptions and so forth, where you can check out our other sites. Like I said, we're trying very hard on TikTok to grow, and I'd like to get 1,000 subscribers there. But I also have a link in there where you can get $10 off if you sign up on Whatnot. If you're a seller or you're interested in selling, there's a real nice deal on that also. So take a look at those links, and hopefully that will help you out. Whatnot's a little bit more challenging, that you have to answer a lot of information. But, if you're a seller, I think you'll be able to sign up and hopefully get accepted. And like Andy said, we're going to be launching those online very soon also, hopefully next week.
Yeah, so keep tuned and see when our announcements come out for our auctions. And then both, we have our Bolo videos that we put out periodically. And then also we have our weekly sales, and then also specific tutorials that Annette does on either, shipping, it might be packaging, shipping, specific topics such as bulk listings, whatnot. So make sure you check out those tutorials too. They're very helpful. Again, we have a lot of years experience, and we're trying to pass that down to everyone.
Right. And some of those things, getting back to the bulk listing, there's a lot of tools and techniques that are readily available for people through eBay that I don't think everybody really understands how to use. And that is an excellent tool. If you get a chance, you might want to look at my video on that. You're able to, I've seen a lot of comments where people are having problems with their sales, their inventory stale. I've got some ways to update all of your listings quickly and to make them look fresh and new without paying additional monies. And that's a really good thing, because you want to keep your inventory fresh.
Yeah, one of the things I keep on hearing on the internet, basically on YouTube all over by a lot of the resellers, is the summer slowdown. I cannot tell you that. I've seen a 20% increase in the last 2 months. So I have not seen the summer slowdown. We have had summer slowdown before, but not this year. This year we are on fire. I don't know what it is. Our sales are actually increasing at the rate of we're reaching towards Christmas numbers. So, Christmas is our biggest time of the year. We, fall off January and February, but holy cow, since then, it's just been increasing ever since.
Actually, and it's getting to the point where we're going to need some help if it continues like this. We do have some help, but part-time, but yeah, it's getting very busy. One thing though, I think that's very important also, that people don't think is very important is the packaging and shipping, because once someone gets your package, it's really the first thing that they see, that represents you and your company, your business, your product, and it's a reflection of you. So I see a lot of times, save money. How often do you receive something that's got newspaper or crummy items used to wrap your item? I mean, that doesn't send any good impression. So, obviously there's some certain costs of doing business and using nice tissue paper, using clean packing paper, and so forth. And these things I think are very important, because it gives a really nice, fresh, clean appearance to your customers. Wouldn't you agree? And
Yeah,
then recently, we tried very, very hard, and we're currently at 100% success rate on our feedback, which we're very proud of.
I would say that if you send garbage with your product, what are you saying about your product? That's, you want to use fresh paper, fresh tissue. You don't want to send that looks like garbage. When it looks like garbage, that also reflects on your company and also on your products itself. We are very, very unique, I think, in the sense that we have repeat customers. Most people, if you talk about on eBay, they have one-time customers, and they treat them as such. We don't. We have tons of repeat customers, and I think that comes from, again, the customer care that we give. If you read our feedbacks, it's very, very specific. Lightning fast shipping, super efficient packaging. We send a lot of fragile items, very, very fragile items, and we've ourselves have received things that were like, holy cow, who would ship it like this? Imagine, fragile china with, just in a box.
Actually, I had an item years ago shipped to me from eBay, and it was gross because they sent it, I kid you not, in a pizza box.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Who wants to get their item in a pizza box? No, thank you. It was such a turnoff. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
That so it is really important, and we've done really well with that. And also, Andy does a lot of the listings, and I handle a lot of the packing and the shipping, and they overlap sometimes. We both can do both, but
So think about your name, that you don't want to tarnish your name. You want to keep a strong image, and that image is always coming through in your opening the box. Think of the sneakerheads, how they open that first box and they're paying $450 for a pair of shoes. They want to be excited about it. It can't be just a box. Well, every one of our packages comes like that. It comes as an excitement that you want to open up and enjoy and can't wait to dig into. So we do sell, very, very high end items from $1,000 to $5,000 items, but we treat every item like that, even if we send a $10 item.
Yeah, that's one thing that's really, really, I think sets us apart. Even if we have a small item that maybe we've had around for a long time, and we really just want to move it, so it's sold for $3, sold for $5, whatever it might be, we still give it care and consideration when we ship it out. And believe it or not, a lot of the customers who spend very little seem to be the ones that leave the strongest feedback, I'd say. I mean, I remember once I received a negative on an item, and it was like maybe a $10 item. And to me, I would have refunded the money right back. And so those are, learning curves. And, but we do try really hard, even with inexpensive items too, because they can always come back and spend a lot of money with you.
Yep.
So we've been having a lot of fun with that.
We're looking forward to the whatnot. That's going to be, our really best foot forward on a new platform, trying it out, and we're looking forward to gaining your support and creating a small community of specific buyers that are looking for key things that we can offer, and that's what we're looking for. So our specialties are, like I said, are china, toys, and trains, but we're going to branch out because we have literally everything. We have every inventory that you can think of. And so what we'll do is we'll start to launch special shows for those key items. So we'll start out in our specialties, but then our goal is to branch out and offer different things. I just sold a large Lego collection, very
Oh, that was incredible.
very
I mean,
outside my element,
yeah.
and found a new community, and now we're embracing that new community and serving that community. So obviously, I don't know if I'll find another big collection like I had, but you never know what's going to show up on our doorstep.
Right. Another, basically alongside when we bought those Legos, we also stumbled upon the Easton Press books. And when we found those, we just said, hey, we'll take them all. And we made a deal with the estate sale man, and we purchased every single book that they had. And we're beginning to list those. It's a lot of work to list all those books, but we got them at a great price. We're able to sell them at a good price for our customers, and they are selling quickly. And keep in mind, you don't want your inventory to stay around forever. You want to move it. And I really think that make offer feature is really a good feature. Andy, you handle that a lot.
Yeah,
With
I think you have to explain, I guess, how we buy collections. We're a little bit different than your normal resellers who go to Goodwill and buy onesie, twosie items. We buy an entire estate. So we buy the entire estate, and you don't know what type of estate it's going to be there until you get inside and find out what the collector is into. And it might be pottery, it might be silver, it might be, you never know, coins, cards, baseball cards,
right.
it might be whatever. So we buy the entire estate and then break out that state, and piece it off over time. So as you can imagine, we have to be generalists in all these different areas and understanding all these different areas. And that's the main skill set that we have, that we can bring to the table for both the people that we're buying from, and then secondly for the community that we're offering to, because we can give the background of, these are the products we have, we know these products very well, here's the gradings. We basically can break it down to each detail of every piece and then offer that piece with good knowledge and understanding from that.
Right, right. And then if we don't purchase everything, sometimes we'll happen upon a sale that we maybe weren't even planning on attending, or maybe just looked up that day or whatnot. And so we go to it. And if we see the good deal, we'll just purchase a whole room or purchase a whole line of something that they have. And it does take time. I realize it's not something that everybody can do right away. You have to start a little bit smaller, but by watching some of our videos, you'll see a big variation in items that we sell, because we have learned through the years what sells, what doesn't. I was at an auction a few months ago, and they brought all these antique golf clubs up. I think there were maybe 10 or 12 of them. And now golf isn't my thing, but I do know that those old hickory shaft sticks are worth money. There's multiple interest in things like that, because you get the people that are looking for them to put them into maybe an
Sports
Applebee's or a sports bar or something like that. And then you've got the collectors of just the golf memorabilia and so forth. So when you find items that have dual interest, you have other buyers than just the golf people. You've got the decorators that want these pieces too. They're great. I ended up buying those at an auction, and I paid like $15. And I remember at the time, the person I was with was like, it wasn't Andy, it was someone else. They were like, why would you buy these? I mean, you can't use them. I don't understand. And I said, I managed a large antique mall, and you can't buy one for the price I paid. And sure enough, we put them on. I think the first club we sold was $99. So that would be great. So to find good deals like that, and hopefully you'll learn from us on some of these things. Today we had a really good day of a lot of sales going out. In fact, just prior to posting this, we had a what was it?
LGB track.
LGB track that we had to ship out, and that was a lot of fun. Big order.
So one of the other collections we just bought that way
I'm gonna
outside of
grab
our
my drink.
element was a studio, a music studio. Imagine, the speakers, the keyboards, the amplifiers, the microphones, all the equipment that you would have in a studio for a recording artist. Very, very outside my element. But you got to grab it when you get a chance. So I bought the entire room, bought the entire studio, and broke it apart. And I don't know if you've noticed, but one of the hottest selling items on eBay during COVID was keyboards. And this particular studio was from a kind of like a techno band from the 80s and 90s. And so they had, needless to say, many, many keyboards, 50 or no, not 22 keyboards. And those flew off the shelf. And my son, he was playing with we had a 2-story synthesizer bank, and he was loving it, playing with it. But needless to say, we had to sell it when we get to $1,000 for each keyboard.
Right. There was a little.
There was a sale right now, so
I mean,
that
it's
was one of
great. It's really great, and I hope that some of the ways that we're showing you things online that it will help you with your sales and so forth. We actually have um in August, we're going to go meet up with some
FlipCon.
other FlipCon we're going to go to, and that's going to be in Charlotte. So anybody that's there, reach out to us. We'd love to meet you and so forth. And and that's,
So
I don't remember the
someone
dates. I
asked,
think it's the 24th.
what is the item we just sold? It was a Easton Press, one of those gold leaf books, leather books, and it was Theodore Roosevelt, 1988 collector's edition.
Yeah. Hopefully you got a chance to see some of our. Let me grab one so you can see what we're talking about, because sometimes people don't understand what the item is. But I'll get a sample of one.
So those Easton Press books, people use those for decorator items for libraries. Let's say you want to impress your friends, you put up a bunch of leather bound books with gold leaf, and all of a sudden you look very studious, and and so we've sold these to specific decorators, and you could put 3 in a grouping, or you could fill a whole library. So we have enough
They're
to
great.
fill
They
a
have the
whole
gilded
library right now.
pages, gold pages, gilded. See the edges, how beautiful they are. And they really look fantastic in a home.
And then individually, just having one, all the tooling on the side of the leather, I mean, it's very, very high quality. So
Oh, yeah.
these were, I think, retail 80, 90, $100. And we're selling them on average from $30 to $40. So,
Yeah.
they're not as much as retail, but, as far as appreciation, no. But, if you can buy them right and sell them right, that's what we're doing. So that's a big collection we're breaking up right now. We had, I think, 132 of the books, and sold another one.
Was it really?
Yeah, yeah. So they're selling right now. So that when we put in these listings, I'll get on a habit and I'll do all the president books first, and then I'll do the next grouping might be 100 greatest books ever written, like Tom Sawyer and Huck Finn, or 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. We just sold that one. All the great books, all great novels. Those are what we're selling right now. But then next week, it kind of mixes it up too. Then I might switch back to trains and go back to, and with the trains, what I'll do is I'll go through all the gauges. I'll do O gauge one day, and then move over to HO and do that one day, and then it kind of mixes it up a little as well, as far as the repetitiveness of listing all that stuff.
Right. Hey, I want to shout out. Hey, Grant, welcome. Nice to see you on the channel. And we actually, you may have caught one of the short videos that we had. We've had several little bolos that we've put out, trying to give people some updates on ways that you can also find things out there that are really easy to find. Just be aware of them and make really good money. There was a George magazine that we put out. I think we paid 25 cents for that, and it sold, I don't remember exactly,
It was
$25, I
yeah.
think. So, I mean, incredible amounts of money that everybody can make if they just get out and look for things.
And not everyone can know everything. I mean, I was at an auction the other day, and a person held up. We're in North Carolina. North Carolina dairies are very small batch dairies, they call them, were very common, and they have hand painted little milk bottles. And they held up a milk bottle, and I'm thinking to myself, $30, $38, went for
Oh my
$5,500 at
gosh.
an auction
I didn't know that.
with only 40 people in the audience, and it went for $5,500. Next one goes for $3,500. Next one goes for $2,200. And I'm thinking to myself, I gotta get some milk bottles quick.
Absolutely.
And all they are tiny little hand painted milk bottles. And the smaller they are, the rarer they are. So you have an 8-ounce bottle versus a 16-ounce bottle. It goes up tenfold, hundredfold. And so they're beautiful. They are really beautiful, but I mean,
A lot of money.
a lot of
And
money.
not everybody has that much money to spend on their collections and so forth. Cards are really hot right now. Ball cards, game cards, all sorts of things. And you've got to be able to find it. Video games are really hot, but you got to find the right video games and so forth. And it is a learning curve, but hopefully we can help you with some things, and you'll get to learn a little bit about it, to how things you know um there's lots of different avenues for finding merchandise too. A lot of people go to Goodwill, and that's a really good start, I would say. But to be honest, I don't find the best stuff at Goodwill.
Yeah.
We find some things, but um, if you find things that are have never been used in the box, those are great. But it's really hard to say. I We have had, I'd say, better luck at, we buy things on Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist. We go to estate sales. We have private collectors contact us. We look for ads.
Yeah, I tell
We go to
people
stores, a lot of
you have
stores.
to be very open into, what who around you knows what. And we have pickers that go out in the wild, and they're out there and they have feelers out in different specific products. And then what they'll do is they'll give us that, either we buy it outright and give them a finder's fee, or we'll buy it from them, that they want to make a, let's say, quick buck rather than the slow dollar over time. So for instance, on a train, I might pay them $100. They bought it for $80. So they're only making $20, and I'll flip it for $200, but it takes me a lot longer to flip it. And so that's the idea behind our buying practice. I would say we either buy in large collections or specific products from specific buyer or sellers that sell to us. And that is unique, again, I think, in our area, because we don't go for the clothing. The clothing in bulk is in
And it's a
Goodwill.
great
Yeah.
deal, the clothing is, especially if you know all of the trends and so forth. But um, there's a lot of competition in clothes, quite honestly. Everybody sells it. So.
Yeah. So we have a very small niche market that we're supplying. We're the big fish in the little pond, and I think we do better in that area. And
Mhm.
that's what we're trying to share and open up to everyone. My son, he is very into cards, and I don't get this new card market. The new card market is totally different than I always tell him the story that I sold my first big sale was Mickey Mantle. Went to the I had it in the safety deposit box. I wanted a car. I went and sold it for $5,800 and bought a car cash. And so at 16, driving a brand new car, and it was all due to my fine investment of $100 buying a Mickey Mantle years prior. So nowadays you can pull a LeBron James 3 year, it's it's new this year and it's worth $3.2 million. I don't get that market. I don't really understand that market, but it is a big market. It's a huge market. And I would say the card market is very, very niche, very, very specific. And he knows that market. I don't know that market. I lean on him for that information because it's so vast. I would say our general knowledge is more on the antique side and collectible side.
So, trying to think of some other things that we can give some ideas on. We've really enjoyed it. Some nice things about selling online is, well, first I get to be with my husband and we both can work together, and it's really nice. He worked formerly as an executive and traveled a lot, and we've been all over the world, which was great. But now we're at the point where it would be nice to kind of just slow down a bit. And so during the COVID situation, we made these big changes and we built this building that we're currently in, where we do all of our eBay. And it's been really nice. And we see our kids often. They're, as opposed to not seeing them enough. It's really very nice. So I would say that's probably one of the nicest things. Also, it's really fun. Anytime you travel or go somewhere, both Andy and I, we're constantly, along with our kids, we're constantly looking and seeing what kind of deal can we find. We might stop into a store here or there, or unexpectedly somewhere. And it's really amazing the things that you can find out in the wild.
Yeah, our commute to work now is 3.5 minutes each way, and it's pretty nice. Just never running into traffic, and I don't miss that at all. That part of this business is absolutely great. It's unfortunately, you have to work extremely hard building a business. So, needless to say, we're putting a lot of hours in. We're in this full time. We're not, dabbling in this. This is a big business for us. We're trying to make it a multi-million-dollar business.
Mhm.
So it's not going to be something that we're, dabbling in. We're full sink into it. So we built this big building. We filled it up with antiques and collectibles, and now we have to sell it.
Yeah, we've got a lot of merchandise. We did a lot of shopping, and like I said, that really hasn't been the hard time finding the merchandise.
Yeah.
And but we've had a lot of fun times so
But
far.
I will put out a shameless plug. If you do see something as far as a big collection that's outside of your, let's say, affordability, or maybe even I give great
We can do finder's fees. Yeah.
And we also give you either a straight cut or a straight commission.
Yeah. So we work out deals with people too. Obviously, people that support us, we want to support them back too. And so this is pretty cool. This is our first attempt at a live stream. We're enjoying the social media aspect and growing our presence as best as possible. And
But we can't stress this enough. We want to create a community, and that community is us sharing, but also we want to work with others and express ourselves as far as how to be a reseller, how to create a business, and also sharing those ideas from others. As if you have a better mousetrap, I want to learn about it. I want to take that knowledge and pass it along as well. So the idea is that I want to create a community that we can all grow in.
Right. Well, I think next time we're going to have to get some better chairs, because this chair I'm sitting on is
very
not terribly comfortable.
Yeah.
But everything is constantly changing. Like I said, in this building, we only have had this building. Well, it's almost a year that we've been in it, and we're making changes constantly. Adding more shelves and
there's going to be
tables.
A backdrop behind us.
Right. This is all going to be built. We're going to do our whatnot from here. And like I said, we do our eBay here. We also sometimes sell on Facebook Marketplace. We do a lot of buying, and all the packing and shipping is done here. And we're busy.
One more quick tip I would give you is don't be afraid of the shipping. I hear that constantly from resellers. Oh, I wouldn't buy that because it's too hard to ship. Those are the items you make the most money on.
I think that's so true, Andy.
We just shipped a pedal car prior to the war in Russia, attacking Ukraine.
Ukraine.
We shipped a very, very expensive pedal car to Russia. And, I wouldn't have found that sale had it not been for eBay. And, I got top dollar. And the hardest part was shipping it. But I wouldn't have made the sale had it not been the shipping. So you don't be afraid of those sales. I mean, those sales are in the thousands and thousands of dollars. I mean, so what? You spend an afternoon and package it properly. We've
Right.
created a live steam train. This is a riding train that you ride on. We've created literally, screwed on wood, nuts, bolts, putting the crate together to ship it, and it's worth it. It's worth, again, when it's thousands of dollars, those items are worth it, and you wouldn't find those customers. That specific customer owned that exact engine at one time in his life and wanted to buy it back over time, and had he not been on the internet, he wouldn't have found it. So
Another item that was really funny, Andy, that we sold. We had, what was the bicycle that we had? The Gene Autry bike.
Yeah.
We had this bicycle, and we tried to market it locally. We really advertised it many different places.
Took it to shows. Took it to
shows. Took it lots of places. No luck. So I really didn't want to ship it as the main reason. But finally, I said, you know what? Let's do it. Let's just put it online and
super fragile.
I don't even think it took long to sell.
It sold in 2 days.
Yeah, really quick. And interestingly enough,
the guy who bought it was within 20 miles from us.
Yeah, he came over and picked it up. So it was a dream.
So yeah, don't be afraid of those big shipments. That's what I keep on telling people. I mean, we're talking 4 feet long, 5 feet long. Don't be afraid of those shipments. We just sold a reel for a hose reel for a fire truck. And that weighed 200 pounds, I think, 195 pounds. And the guy drove down from middle of Kentucky right to our doorstep to pick it up. And there too, the shipping, it could have been shipped. We could have palletized it and put it on a pallet and shipped it. But he didn't want to spend the money. So he, packed or came down and picked it up himself. So don't worry about shipping. I always say that. Just do it. Just do it.
Yeah, it's really, it is a challenge at first. We even had a large, a heavy typewriter, one of those vintage old black Royal typewriters that we sold. That thing is a beast. I think it was 60 pounds to ship, but we just had to make sure that it was stable, that it's not going to be flopping around in the box and so forth. And you might want to refer to some of my videos because you'll see that we put a lot of time and energy into the packing, and it shows. I mean, we have very happy customers and they come back.
Repeat customers. Can't stress that enough.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's really neat. So we really enjoyed this. It's been a lot of fun. Thanks so much for all those who have joined us today. We hope that if you have any questions, send them along the way. And we'd love to have you follow us. If you're not subscribed to us on YouTube, please subscribe. And if you're on TikTok, please follow us on TikTok and like us. And to give you some heads up on some of the next videos that we're going to have, we do have, what do you call it? It's we did a packing video, but it was we did an entire day of packing, but we did it fast.
Oh yeah.
What do you call that?
Just say in not in real time and fast
right.
time.
That'll be uploaded fairly soon, and we are also going to be usually showing our weekend or a special day during the week. We're going to show you what our typical sales are and the profitability and so forth. So that gives you an idea on what you can do, what you can make at this business. And if it's something that you think you can do, even on a small scale, gives you an idea of the profits and the margins and so forth.
So we're not doing a lot of our shopping videos that you normally see because again, we're buying these large collections. So our cadence of our videos are going to be our weekend wrap up showing the wide variety of products that we sell, and then the tutorials, giving specific tips on specific practices within eBay. And then lastly, the bolos. And those are the unique items that maybe you are aware of or
Mhm.
you're not aware of. We want to enlighten everyone to our knowledge in that area.
Right, right. And we're constantly trying to learn too. So if you got an idea or you got a bolo, share it. We'd like
Yeah.
to know. We want to learn. And, basically every day we're trying to learn things and we're trying to share knowledge. And um, it's so beautiful that we're able to do this through YouTube and on TikTok. Um, you're welcome to tag me on your bolos and in your videos and so forth, and then I'll be able to see them. Or use my business name, use the hashtag. We would love to learn more from you.
And just please like us and also subscribe so that we get these videos populated and shared with as many as we can.
Right. So once again, I just want to say thanks again for your support. Thanks for being there. And until next time, thanks a lot. We're Surplus for Business LLC, and I'm Annette,
And I'm Andy.
and we're going to be around. Thanks again. Until next time, take care.